One-two, начинаем суету. Завтра я отправляюсь в достаточно длительное полуторамесячное путешествие. Южная Америка, Южная Африка. В планах посетить Бразилию, Аргентину, Чили, остров Пасхи, Южную Африканскую Республику, Ботсвану. И закончится мой трип в Зимбабве в районе водопадов Виктория. Всем привет снова. Включение из городка Маун. Это 5-й по численности город в Ботсване. В нем проживает 90 тысяч аборигенов, и у него непомерно длинная 3,7 километра взлетно-посадочная полоса, что избыточно для любого самолета, который прилетает сюда, минимум в пару раз. Местные очень хотели дождя. Река Каванга, на дельте, которой я сегодня летал на вертолете, пересохла настолько, что ее русло представляет собой разбросанные в бывшем месте этого русла озерца. И сейчас только что пошел дождь. В принципе, дождь преследовал меня в Южной Америке постоянно. И тут внезапно, не в сезон дождей, в Ботсване пошел дождь. Засим все. Сегодня окончательно я с вами расстаюсь.
Hello everybody, good day, wonderful day today, and I just want to introduce you to African Bush Lover Safaris. It is a company owned by the two local guys in Botswana. So with African Bush Lovers we have got a very interesting tailor-made safaris that going into the bush time and again. So we actually trying to cater for everyone that can be able to travel to Africa, mainly Botswana. As we are the bush lovers, we like it that everyone can join us to be the bush lover. So number one, what we do what we call camping safaris. That is moving from one place to another, following the national parks of Botswana and the game reserves. So we have got a budget setup that is budget people, those people who travel at low budget, they can afford to travel with us. So they have got names that we gave to these categories. So the first one, which is the budget, we call it Dick Dick. Or some of you might know that Dick Dick is one of the smallest antelope here in Africa. The smallest antelope that you find in Namibia. And therefore we decided to call our budget camping Dick Dick. And the middle one is called Nkwe. Nkwe is our local language in Botswana, meaning a leopard, because it's in the middle, therefore we named it a leopard, Nkwe. The big one, which is the luxury camping, we call it Tau. Tau means lion. So with these categories, it is very easy for everyone who wish to come and enjoy the African bush with us. So I will explain a bit more on the next step. Thank you. Welcome to Africa, welcome to Botswana, welcome to African Bush Lovers team. We'll be taking your trip all the way from Maun, going through the national parks and game reserves of Botswana up to Kasane. So my name is Jewel of Africa, and with my team here, I'm going to introduce them one by one. I have got Regina here, the lady behind the kitchen. Mind you, if your stomach is complaining, don't hesitate to visit her office. Wonderful. Here I've got Rhino, the man behind the scene. What you can see is only the beauty of the camp. All the loading, the offloading of the truck will be done out of him. Finally, here we've got Bob acting as Rhino's hand, They will be doing an amazing job of making sure that the safari goes very well. So they are the backbone of the safari. Without them, there's no safari. Trust me. Welcome to Botswana, Horoha Kapula, Dimitri Tour 2024. Hello again. How are you? We're back again for the second leg. Now I just want to give you a bit about our mission. Botswana has got a very unique wilderness. Maybe a question can arise like, what makes Botswana unique from other countries in Southern Africa or in Africa and in large? Our wilderness is a pure untouched. It's very raw. It's raw. When you travel around Botswana wilderness, there's some few things that you realize that this is quite different from other countries, like other countries, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Botswana. Let's talk about behavior of animals. We don't get animals interacting with everyone around the places. We get animals by trying to track after the animals. You follow the tracks, you go in the bush, you find them. When you find them already, they show that behavior of skittishness, they will just disappear immediately. So that kind of uniqueness, we call it pure nature. Don't be worried because I'm talking at the same time, I'm looking out for the nature. There might be any animal coming towards us. The experience that I'm talking about of camping from one park to another, we don't use lodge to lodge because when you use lodge to lodge, you have that time you miss early hours of the morning of getting to the animals. But for us, we camp right in the bush, right where the animals are. We sleep with the animals, we wake up with the animals. for example, getting an animal like a lion roaring the whole night around your camp. And in the morning you wake up, you follow the tracks some few meters away from the campsite, you find this lion sitting there, maybe with a kill. That's the unique part of the service that we're trying to give to our international clients who are coming to travel with us. It's very interesting because not everyone is doing this kind of tailor-made style. So we'll turn back again. I'm still suspecting this lion might have gone around this way because we came in from the camp, we came this way, we saw the track going that way, and when we were on the other road we saw another track going that way. So this is what is happening with the male lion at night. They actually patrol the territory. So they will leave the female somewhere or female somewhere, and then they go around to patrol the territory. So that's why we see many tracks of the same lion here, that side, and that way. That means somewhere around the area, there might be there. We're gonna try all the best, see if we can get one, either the male or the females. Somewhere we'll get that.
Уважаемые господа, у нас прямое включение, очередной рум-тур. Тут мои хоромы площадью примерно чуть больше, чем 2 на 2 метра. Умывальничек. Кресло для размышления о вечном. Оба! Пожалуйста. Спальное место, балаклава, полотенчика, одеяльца, чемодан-путешественник в комплекте с различными спреями от насекомых. И, внимание, санузел. И даже совмещенный, потому что с душем. И да, прошу минутку внимания. Вот этот вот объект — это то, что используется для смыва. А вот то, что внутри горшка, перед тем, как сесть туда задницей, рекомендуется проверять на наличие змей. На всякий случай выгляжу я примерно вот так. Каковы все-таки семи-лакшери хоромы, а? 2 на 2, все удобства.
You see, this is a hyena track. You see? So this hyena was heading that direction. And it's easy to tell because where the claw points, that's where the animal is moving to. And let me tell you something. If you want to know when did the animal pass, is it last night, is it early morning, or is it today like now? So what you do, you look at the tracks of insects like this. There's an insect track. If you see it coming and passing on top of the animal's track, it means that animal was before this morning. It was last night or early morning. This is what happens. The insects, I can hear a lion calling. You hear the lion? So this hyena was here before morning. Because what happens, insects, they move early in the morning. The first animals to move is insects and the birds. So now the hyena was here before the morning, and afterwards, early in the morning, the insects started moving on top of the hyena track. That's how you tell when did the animal passed here, right? I'll teach you something when we see the lion tracks and how to follow the tracks of the lion, right? Good. Do you see now? The lioness passed here. So this is the elephant was going that direction. This big patch here. And that was the lioness coming. It was heading that direction. That means we're turning back, we follow the track until we find the lion. Probably this is the lion which was calling in the morning while we were still in the camp. So the direction of the camp is right that way, and we heard the lion from that direction. That means that the lion were passing here as it was calling. We took much of the time driving, trying to pick up the track of this lion, But now it means the time has gone. We need to turn and follow these tracks and drive as fast as we can. We might find it as still walking because it's fresh in the morning. It's not yet very hot. You know, when it's cold in the morning, they were just trying to walk on the road, try to cover a distance before it is hot. Let's try and see if we can get one of them. Brothers, umono. Is enough. Let's go and take our trailer, then we move to Kwai. Right, welcome to North Gate. This is where we're going to be exiting towards Kwai community area. So I'm having 5 minutes of signing out, and you guys, you're welcome to come down. Go along behind this building. There's a toilet, flushable toilet, a little bit of luxury. So you wash your face and you get ready. When I finish, we continue. Thank you very much. Get to the river on the other side, maybe we'll see a few of them coming. Very slow. So you see on the ground, there is that dragging going like in zigzag. So that's is an elephant trunk. You know, these very old elephants, they tend to be getting tired, you know, after using the trunk, like bringing down the branches and other things. So when they get on the road and this trunk is heavy for them, they sometimes go dragging it like this, walking slowly, slowly. The trunk will be dragging on the ground. Thus, it makes that like a snake passed by. Some people think it's a big snake, but it's not. It's just an elephant trunk. Those are elephant bones. I guess you can see they're very old, they're not fresh. As you can see, there's no flesh on it, more white in color. And that one, the big one you see on the other side, is the head of an elephant, which is also very old, and it has been cut off or chipped off on the other side. And the only animal that can do this, eating the bones, will be a hyena. Hyena are meant to feed much on bones just to acquire the calcium to strengthen their bones as well. You know, a hyena is a very strong animal, so they need calcium to strengthen their bones. They will come and crush, mainly after the rain and the bones are wet to be crushable, then the hyenas will come and crush. And they will still come back and feed on these bones until there's nothing left here. Whatever comes around goes around. The lion that we had early this morning, it passed here and it crossed the river recently, just like now. When you look at the tracks, there's a little bit of wet ground. The water was dripping from the lion body, heading that direction. It's not far. Soon we'll be catching up with that lion. Let's do that now. It's right here. You see the body of the lion is still wet. Like I said, it just crossed recently. I think it's in search of other lions. It might catch up with them somewhere around. You see he's sniffing on the ground, trying to pick their scent and follow them. You see this lion is right there in the middle of these bushes. It's actually hiding behind the slight branches. Can you hear the sound of it? Yeah. I can see it right behind the little bush. We will wait a little bit. I think you hear that? I think it will come towards us. Let's wait. Good morning, Dimitri. Another chilly morning and very interesting. Today I have a plan. When I slept the whole night, I could hear the sound of the lion going east. Now I just want us to try drive eastwards, and the most important thing, we'll try to pick the tracks of this lion has been calling the whole night. If you get the tracks, then you're gonna follow it and not way too far, because there's a cut line of the Chobe National Park and the Kwai Community Concession Area. So if it crossed on the other side, we'll be able to see it before, because the call was recently this early morning. And then we have done a lot of west, We're not gonna try west, we're gonna try east. After the lion, then we have so many interesting stuff to drive around and come back slowly to the camp. Dimitri, we are up right here. This is the cut line. This is the division between the Chobe National Park and the Kwai Private Conservancy, or the Kwai community area. So if you cross this side, now you'll be in the Chobe National Park, of which we are not going to cross because we don't have a permit to go that side. Our permit will be tomorrow. That's when we'll be crossing, driving into the Chobe National Park. So right here is the boundary between Chobe National Park and the Kwai community area. How they drag the trunk on the ground. See, the trunk is getting close to the ground. That's how they pull it on the ground.
it's dangerous?
They can be very dangerous.
Так что у меня тут слоны с доставкой в номер. Еще и со слоненком. Такие дела.
Across. Before the lion track, there came a pangolin track. It crossed going that way. The reason why I say it's a pangolin, you know, pangolin, the body is made out of scales. So the dragging and this kind of, I don't know if you see it, this is the footprints crossing, and there's the scales, part of the tail scale, you know, dragging on the ground going that direction. But it came first and the lion came after. You see the lion? It came after on top of the pangolin track. Wow, very interesting. Very rare animal to see a pangolin. So the water holes I'm talking about, these are artificial. They're made by people. You see them with a concrete. Ugly, but beautiful when there are many. The reflection of these gray colors makes them look beautiful. So they look so very thirsty. They're heading down to the waterhole there, and the little tiny one.
now the better option for leopard is climb into the tree.
Yeah, it goes up on the tree. You look at the face, it's not that reddish. Normally, the adults will be having a red face, and on the wings as well, you should be having some kind of brown colors going along the wings that shows the bird is an adult. So when it's growing, it will turn slowly to oranges when it's a sub-adult, and changes to pure red when it's an adult.
Всем привет, с вами снова я все еще жив. К сожалению, не научился писать с первого дубля, поэтому уже, наверное, 8-й. Я все еще нахожусь в Ботсване. В данный момент находимся в области, которая называется Савуте. За это время я видел очень много. Впервые в жизни я увидел след панголина. Это очень редкое явление. Наш безумно талантливый в разыскной деятельности разного зверя водитель гид Джоэл за 45 лет жизни видел панголина всего один раз. А в прошлый раз трек панголина он видел еще до ковида. Так что я достаточно счастливый человек. На самом деле панголин достаточно компактный. Примерно вот такой клубочек, который ходит. И его очень сложно найти. Он цвета травы. Я уже сам стал цвета буша. Так называют кустарник местный. Я видел 5 гепардов в одном месте. Такого мне до сих пор тоже не доводилось. Я наконец увидел детенышей леопардов. Причем 3 раза в разной степени возрастности. Я увидел очень много слонов, потому что Ботсвана — это мировая столица слонятников. Каких-то животных я увидел лучше, чем видел раньше. Это сервал, потому что мне удалось с ним снять и видео, и фото. Я видел дикого африканского кота целых 2 раза. Правда, он двигался параллельно нам в темноте. И заснять бы его, скорее всего, не удалось при всем желании, но, по крайней мере, хотя бы он остался в моей памяти. Всех остальных животных перечислять, наверное, не стоит. Это огромное количество разных зверей и относительно немного птиц. Почему-то в этом месте земного шара меньше птиц, чем в другой части Африки. Все эти испытания тяжело сказываются в первую очередь на технике. Из бытовых моментов просыпаемся рано, в 5:45 меня будет Good morning, Mr. Дмитрий, именно так. Потом легкий завтрак, настолько легкий, что его можно не заметить. Потом мы в 6:15 примерно отправляемся с первыми лучами солнца искать зверье. Возвращаемся когда как. Сегодня мы вернулись в 11, иногда бывает 12. Если у нас перегон, то у нас короткое утреннее сафари. После этого мы едем на место следующей стоянки. Потом у нас, если готов обед, у нас обед. Потом у нас сиеста до 3:15. И в 3:30 мы отправляемся опять в пампасы в поисках новых животных, новых треков, новых ощущений. Записывать новые видео, фотографировать новые фотографии. Возвращаемся затемно, уже после 6 вечера, темнеет полностью здесь где-то в 6:30. После этого относительно плотный ужин, и у нас даже хватает вина на оставшуюся часть, по крайней мере 3 бутылки на 5 или 6 дней должно хватить. Во всем остальном во мне открылся талант лекаря, потому что в команде Джоэла уже один человек переболел, я его поднял на ноги парацетамолом и анальгином. В целом, это был интересный опыт, потому что впервые в жизни я оказался в условиях, когда ты живешь в палатке на протяжении длительного количества времени. В отсутствие интернета, я не помню, когда у меня не было интернета более чем несколько часов. В целом, как показывает опыт, находиться оффлайн 2 недели можно, но крайне-крайне сложно. Я вам не рекомендую, особенно если вы интернет-зависимый, как я, и настолько цифровой человек. Надеюсь, за оставшиеся дни меня не растерзает лев, не уволочет питон. И тех, по крайней мере, сегодня я видел след питона. А львов тут точно в окрестностях очень много. Вчера пришлось спать, осознавая, что где-то в пределах километра бродит порядка 15 львов разного возраста. Два брата. Это крупные львы, главы прайда. Очень странно, что их двое, но они как-то, видимо, делятся всеми этими львихами. За всем все. Видимо, следующее включение будет из Касаны. Надеюсь. Всем пока.
Right. When we talk about the uniqueness of the wilderness of Botswana, so for example, look at this baobab tree. This is one of the features that we definitely need to give to our clients and educate them about the use of these trees in the region of Botswana. Look in this side, there's a river as well. This is the Chobe River, with the well-known Chobe River that has got lots of animals roaming around, coming down to drink and going up into the beautiful wilderness of Botswana. So this on its own makes it very important for us to share with our international clients here in Botswana. This Northern Pride, known as Mr. Scotty being the leader of the group, himself sitting right there. Scotty is actually a name given to him because he has got a short tail, a cut-off tail. In our language, kind of, we say something without a tail or with a short tail is Scotty. At some point, we found him documented in some of the platforms about his history. Right, this is the Savuti Cascade Baobab. It's one of the few areas that have got the baobab together in an area at the time. It's one of the trees that is really conserved. You can come. This is the food for the local people, food for the baboons, and local people like eat this in several ways. You can just eat it like this, more like sucking, like a soup. It's a little bit sour, but it's nice. Or sometimes you can soak it in the milk, stir up, it becomes as thick as like a traditional plain yogurt. You can put a little bit of honey inside, just nice. And this whole damage was made by the elephants because it's one of the favorable dish for the elephants. They like it very much. So they come and eat the side. Sometimes they eat until the tree is on the ground. Yeah. Then it is an advantage again for other species like snakes, like bees, like anything that you can think of small that can live in a hole, because the tree has got its natural hole inside. As soon as the elephant eats the side and finish the whole part, therefore the hole will be remaining as accommodation for other animals. So that's when you find like big snakes like python, cobra, black mambas inside.
Makes up.
Enjoy. Brother. How are you? Hello, everyone. Oh, this number of buffalo is too much.
Impala fights.
Wow, look at this, Dimitri. So don't confuse this track here with this track. This is from yesterday, it's a buffalo track. This is from early this morning, it's a male lion track. And remember, we got the same lion in the camp and it was roaring, remember? And now it was heading that direction where we're coming from because the camp is there. And then I think he was probably following these tracks of buffaloes because the buffaloes, they went first and then he came after slowly. So we're gonna make a plan to see how we can track it. If you can see this big group of buffaloes, a herd of buffaloes, obviously we're gonna search around. We might find this guy somewhere close to the buffaloes. And now what I want us to do is to drive down to the river slowly because we already saw the tracks of a leopard crossing down to the river. Now the leopard crossed back, you see? Crossed back to the bush from the riverside. So I thought we were gonna track it down by the river. Now it seems like it went down, drink water and came back this way. So it might back in the bush. It happens that if he killed something in the bush, he'll just hang the food on the tree and the food is safe up there. He will go down to drink. Then he comes back to his kitchen and start enjoying his food again. So yeah, we'll see how we play. There's lots of movement this morning of which we need to be very vigilant. Which one are we following and which one are we not following? So these lions were resting here after their long walk from east towards west. If you look on the ground, you can see their tail markings on the ground and some bit of urine. So after here they headed towards west. All right, let's just drive around, make a plan. They saw the lion. Those two lions, they saw them and the lions were roaring around and lions decided to go up on land.
Maybe you can explain what
Yeah,
is it?
these are the matabele ants. Matabele ants, derived from the name of the warriors that have been fighting in the areas of Rhodesia areas. So they moved in a crew, like in a single file. So the behavior of these ants is being driven from those Matabele people, from those olden fights were happening in that area. Matabele ants. Now they're carrying all these termites. You see, everyone's carrying a termite.
this is the map which we are going to use. We'll start, we are here, right? So we'll start with point number 2, which is the chain walk, 38 steps going downwards. And then after point number 2, we'll visit point number 1, which is the Devil's Cataract. So we have a clear view of the Devil's Cataract. After visiting point number 1, we'll come back and start visiting point number 3. That's when you have a complete view of the Devil's Cataract. This is the Devil's Cataract. So
From different angles, yeah?
yes, with different angles, yeah, exactly. So from point number 3, we have a different angles of the Devil's Cataract and the Cataract Island. Point number 4, point number 5, point number 6, and point number 7, that's where you have a complete view of the Cataract Island. I'll show you on the side. And then after point number 7, we'll go to point number 8. That's where the fun starts. That's where we're going to see the main falls. So the main falls comprises of the Livingstone Island, Horseshoe Falls, Rainbows Falls, Amchua Falls, and the Eastern Cataract is on the Zambian side. So our tour is going to end at point number 16 when we see the bridge.
Okay, what means a danger point?
The danger point, that's where it's more like it's dangerous. I'll show you on the side. It's an open area with only rocks.
And with rocks is very wet.
Yeah, yes, but you have
See.
to exercise more caution. It's fun, although the site is quite interesting to see it. Yeah. Going this direction is called the Lower Zambezi.
safe flight.
So welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Good evening.